The following is a special presentation from WVEC TV 13.
Hello, I'm Mike Petters, President of Northrop Grumman Newport News. As a Navy veteran, I'm delighted to welcome you to a Navy Christmas. Joining me are some of the great shipbuilders of Newport News who also proudly serve our country as reservists in the armed forces. They represent the 19,000 men and women who build the greatest ships in the world, ships like the Harry S. Truman. And whether you're on the Truman or deployed elsewhere, we wish you and your families a peaceful and joyous season. Happy holidays!
Taco Bell has been sponsoring a Navy Christmas since it first began 19 years ago. In the last 19 years, we've shared the stories of local military families, their strong holiday spirit, and the love that keeps them connected, though they are miles apart. It is very important for us to remember the military, even when it is not the holiday season.
Please think about the men and women of the military today for at least a brief moment. Our cherished freedom would not be possible if it weren't for them and their bravery. They are all true heroes.
Taco Bell is made up of active duty military, veterans, and family members. We are proud to sponsor a Navy Christmas again this year. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the program.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Joe Flanagan. Once again this holiday season, thousands of Hampton Roads military personnel are away from home. In the next hour, we'll try and bring them a little bit closer to their loved ones. 13 News military reporter Mike Gooding and David Allen, Regina Mobley, Velma Scaife, and Sandra Parker will move us to tears with their stories. But we begin on Deployment Day, October 13th, when the sound of a ship's horn signaled the start of a long and lonely holiday separation. Deployment Day.
I thought I could handle it, but I can't. I guess I'd be all right though.
By far the saddest day of a 6-month holiday separation.
It's tough watching your loved ones leave and just not having them next to you.
Have you done it before?
7 times.
It's hard on the adults and it's hard on the children.
Really difficult. The 2 little ones haven't seen a deployment. He was 2 months the last time, so it's pretty hard on them.
It's very hard. It's very hard. It's hard on the children especially. It's hard. You know, they get emails, they write them, but 6 months is a long time for their father to be away from their children.
Erica was pierside, and so was her mother from Long Island, New York.
Very emotional. It's very emotional knowing they're going to be away and where they're going, and it's really hard.
Some sailors like to say their goodbyes at home, while others prefer pierside farewells.
Being able to say your goodbyes over and over and over again until you feel a little bit better, and being able to say goodbye.
Gina's family will spend this Christmas the way a lot of these families will be spending Christmas.
Lots of tears and lots of sending gifts and planning for homecoming.
Yes, as the Monterey and the Mason and the Berry pulled away to do their part in the global war on terrorism, Families, friends, and onlookers tried their best to keep a stiff upper lip. That's their job.
We have to do something. And, you know, we've got the best. So just tell them not to mess with us, because we're behind our guys 150%.
The smaller ships weren't the only ones deploying that day. The carrier Harry S. Truman led the way. 13 News military reporter Mike Gooding was there, as he always is, when these Norfolk-based cities at sea deploy.
Well, Joe, Operation Iraqi Freedom beckons yet again this holiday season, and USS Harry S. Truman answers the call. Again, they were there on the front lines a year and a half ago when the war began, launching the first combat strikes on Iraq. Now they're doing it all again.
I love you!
It was mid-October when deployment day rolled around, and there was a pier full of sad faces at Naval Station Norfolk.
It's part of being in the military, part of being a military spouse. It comes with the territory. You just deal with it.
So deal they did, and far too soon the Truman Strike Group, 7,600 sailors strong, was on its way, eventually replacing the USS John F. Kennedy in the Persian Gulf and taking over the air campaign phase of the war. Everyone aboard knows there's an important mission to do, supporting U.S. and coalition forces on the ground, and they're proud of that work. But that doesn't make it any easier at this holiday time of the year.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. The one thing I love is waking up in the morning at Christmas time, you know, and seeing my kids running around the house all excited and everything. I'm not going to be there for it, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but, you know, we'll get through it.
Part of the emotion or the challenge, I guess I would term it as, that I'm dealing with primarily is, you know, the kind of highs and lows of it, if you will. But the same challenge that can make me feel kind of down sometimes, not being with my family during the holidays, can also make me strong. I believe it builds a sense of community on the ship.
Each and every Truman sailor confronts the holiday blues in his or her own way.
It's pretty bad. It didn't hit me last time until actually the holiday season, and you call home on Christmas Eve, and that's when it hits you.
How do you cope? How do you deal?
You concentrate on work.
It's hard, you know, missing, especially when the kids are little, but mine are grown now. The important thing is to stay busy on the ship with work.
For some, this will be the first Christmas away from home, but about 2/3 of the crew was here for Truman's last deployment, which also managed to include the holidays.
It was real hard. It was like my first Christmas I ever missed from home. It was rough.
It's all a brand new experience for the Truman's commanding officer, Captain Jim Gigliotti. Despite all his years as a naval aviator, he's never missed a Christmas until now. He feels the crew's pain.
Being away at Christmas can be a tough time, and we're very cognizant of that, and we try to make sure the crew is well taken care of. We want them to be focused on the mission, but we also know that thoughts can stray to the families, particularly over the holidays, and we try to allow them to do that. Just remember, some of us are going through those same thoughts and feelings, a proud yet bittersweet type of deployment in that regard, and we all would love to be home with our families, but we understand the importance of our job out here, and we have to get that done.
From the USS Mason, happy holidays, Hampton Roads.
Welcome aboard the Arleigh Burke-class Aegis-guided missile destroyer USS Mason, one of the small ships on holiday deployment with the carrier Harry S. Truman.
It's a little tough, but you bond and you get through it. You know, you rely on the guy next to you, and you know, you press on and you get through. You do the job. You stay busy. You stay focused, and before you know it, you're home.
This is the third USS Mason to serve in the United States Navy. The second was the most famous in World War II. 160 of its sailors were African Americans. In fact, they made a movie about it. It's called Proud. The movie Proud is based on the book called Proudly We Served. It tells the tale of this Eleanor Roosevelt experiment of an all-African-American crew and how they successfully and skillfully sailed their ship in and around harm's way. The crew was recommended for commendation medals, and in 1998, 67 surviving sailors received them from then-President Bill Clinton. That was then, and this is now, and a whole new crew is at sea on a whole new USS Mason.
You know, it's a challenge. They don't know what to expect. Obviously, the world has changed quite a bit in the last 10 years. So for a lot of them, especially first-term enlistees, first deployment for them, this is going to be a big eye-opening experience. You know, going away from mom and wife and husband and children, it's tough on them.
There are a number of plank owners serving on board this DDG-87. Plank owners have been with the ship from its beginning, like FC-1 Greg, who now has 4 children to worry about.
It's making it tougher. A lot more to think about with the kids involved. A lot more preparations, and gives me something to look forward to coming home to.
OS3 Megan is another plank owner on board. She says she's a bit nervous on this cruise.
Just the events that's been going on, you know, and I just want to keep my family safe, and my country is my family.
And BM3 Crystal is yet another plank owner on board USS Mason.
I'm a little nervous, but we have a really great crew here. A lot of people, they know their jobs. We're going to be with other ships as well, you know, going as a group, so I'm pretty confident that we'll be safe.
It's going to be tough, but it's going to be okay at the same time, because I know they want me to go, and the objective is it's a normal objective.
From the junior enlisted to the experienced officers, everyone has their own way of dealing with holiday separations.
A lot of emailing back and forth to the folks. Whenever we pull in port, I give them a call when I can. So I just stay in touch, write letters. They'll send me books through the deployment, pictures and stuff like that, just to remind me. And then they'll be here on the pier when I get home. Be glad to see them.
And so from USS Mason to their loved ones back home.
From the USS Mason, happy holidays, Hampton Roads.
Hi, I'm John Powery, District Manager of the Dodge Dealers of Hampton Roads. We are honored to be a presenting sponsor of this holiday season's tribute to America's Armed Forces. We want each of you, your families, your loved ones to know how much we appreciate your commitment and the sacrifices you make serving our country. We are proud to be here for you, and we are especially thankful that you are here for all of us.
Over the past 50 years, MHI has serviced the ships that have carried our troops around the world with pride. Our men and women have worked around the clock throughout the year to maintain the fleet whenever it is called to duty. Working behind the scenes and paying attention to every detail, our repair teams take pride in each Navy ship that calls at MHI's repair yards.
Hello, I'm Gary Brandt, President and CEO of Marine Hydraulics International Incorporated, an employee-owned company. Thank you for watching the 19th Annual WVEC Navy Christmas. The MHI family is proud to bring to you the sailors, Marines, and soldiers serving our country aboard ships worldwide in the deserts and mountains of Iraq and Afghanistan. We remain vigilant in caring about our men and women overseas and are proud of the great job they are doing every day. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them and their families. Please join us for a heartwarming experience with our military men and women.
October 13th, when the smaller ships deployed, the USS Barry was among them. Of course, everyone will be missing their children, and that includes the Barry's CO, whose wife had twins, Jay and Will.
But they're 2 years old, and this will be the first time that they'll have seen Daddy underway or miss me for that period. And of course, I'll miss them just like all my other sailors miss their children. Yeah, 6 months is a significant time in their life.
Turns out the Barry's XO's wife had twins as well.
I know it runs in a family. Who knows, 20 years from now, we may have a plan for marriage, dual marriage someday.
On deployment day, Fred tells us the experienced sailors and their families already have a game plan for the kids.
But by planning, you can have little things like cards that you've signed ahead of time or little gifts that have been placed. And so having been through this before and having touched base with others who've also experienced this, you can find a way to make it fun so that you keep the kids' excitement level up and have them looking forward to your return.
Okay, Captain XO, Team Barry, this will be our navigation brief departing Naval Station Norfolk 2C for tomorrow morning.
On board Barry, the mood was upbeat, but at the same time, holiday deployment is a holiday deployment.
Well, they're fully prepared. I've been away for Christmas a couple of times. This will be my third deployment. Just right now, my older sons, they're now fully aware that daddy will be gone, but they're fully aware, you know, they're prepared for it.
Back in September, one of the Berry sailors re-enlisted, and it just so happened that the Secretary of the Navy was in town and did the honors.
I can't believe I'm getting re-enlisted by the Secretary of the Navy. More privileged than you can ever imagine, you know.
Did he say anything to you?
Yes. He said, keep up the great work. Thanks for serving.
And we say thanks to all our military serving.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Katie. I love you all, and I wish I were there with you, but you know what I'm doing is important, and I'm glad to have your support. I love you all.
Pam, Katie, Jenny, I love you all. Be safe. Enjoy those Christmas presents, and I'll be home soon.
Javon, Sabian, Brianna, I love you. Daddy's out doing his job. Kalima, take care of my kids for me, and I love you.
From USS Berry, happy holidays, Hampton Roads!
Well, I come out here every single day to visit him, you know, because it gives me some comfort.
In the only way a mom knows how, Rosemary Twazon stays close to her son Andrew by visiting his grave at Green Lawn Cemetery in Chesapeake, this day bringing him a Christmas poinsettia.
It does bring me some comfort knowing that he's with the Lord and the Lord's going to watch over him and keep him out of harm's way.
But harm's way is just where Private First Class Andrew Twazon found himself last May, when the 21-year-old was killed by hostile fire while on guard duty in Mosul. Hundreds of mourners turned out for the Western Branch High School graduate's funeral with full military honors. They're still paying their respects today.
And people that don't even know me had come up and hugged me and tell me how sorry they are because they're mothers and they have sons and they have daughters and they're just hugging me, thanking me for what my son did, and that makes me feel real proud too.
Unfortunately, Andrew is just one of at least a dozen U.S. troops with Hampton Roads connections to die this year both in Iraq and Afghanistan.
When I hear about other soldiers getting killed over there, it does make me cry because it makes me think of him, and I'm saying to myself, oh God, now here's another family that's not going to have their son or daughter with them, and I can understand exactly how they feel.
For Rosemary, this Christmas is understandably tough. Her Western Branch home remains a kind of public shrine to Andrew, but she can't find much enthusiasm to decorate or otherwise celebrate the holidays this year.
I'm not doing any Christmas celebrating this year, of any kind. I just can't, it's just too soon. It's very hard not only being a holiday without him, but knowing that I'm going to be without him until I see him again when my time comes. So I just take it day at a time, come to the cemetery and see him, because even though he's not with me physically, he's with me in my heart.
So her plan is simple: to keep coming to this place every day and do her best to keep some kind of connection with her fallen son. It's all she can do.
It shows that I love him and that I haven't forgotten about him. And I'll keep coming out here every day that I possibly can, because I knew if the situation had been reversed and it had been me that had passed away, I'm sure Andrew would do the same thing for me, because him and I had a deep love for each other. You know, he loved me and I loved him, and everybody knew that.
It's just 2 weeks till Christmas, a time for a celebration with your family. But for many military families at this USO holiday show, the holiday season just isn't complete.
My husband is out to sea. He just came home from a deployment back in August and is on another deployment, so we really miss him.
Oh, Daddy should have been here. He was seeing us jumping.
This is the first Christmas in 5 years. Candy and her 3 kids have to spend Christmas without her husband and their dad.
Very sad. Yeah, I'm gonna start crying because every Christmas Dad's been with us, except for one, I think, and this is like the second one. Mom, can you come with you?
This year, the kids only have their mom to turn to for the Christmas lights, the tree, and shopping.
It's been kind of tough because the kids they're not telling me what they want for Christmas. So I'm having to go guessing, and through emails, he's like, you know, well, maybe they want this.
But even through this tough time, Candy relies on other military wives and events like this where people understand exactly what she's going through.
Prior to coming in here, I was just like, bleh, don't really, I'm not really feeling the Christmas spirit. But being in here and seeing everybody, it's made me really happy.
Happy holidays, Hampton Roads, from Little Creek Naval Amphibious Base. Hoorah!
Happy holidays from the Naval Amphibious Base Police Precinct! Yay!
The U.S. military currently has about 138,000 troops on the ground in Iraq, and the Pentagon plans to increase that number in the weeks ahead. 13 News military reporter Mike Gooding tells us how they're holding up this holiday season.
Well, Joe, another Christmas season is at hand, and thousands of Hampton Roads military personnel are on assignment, far-fetched places all over the world, including this, Camp Anaconda, Iraq. It's the major fuel convoy hub for U.S. and coalition forces, smack in the middle of the Sunni Triangle in a place called Balad. This base is all about logistics, getting the needed supplies to the troops out in the field, and all those convoys need protection. That's where the Stryker Brigade out of Fort Lewis, Washington comes in.
I'm definitely proud of being over here. It's a great way to serve my country and know that I'm protecting my family and friends back home, keeping them safe.
Private First Class Mike Rust is a graduate of Oscar Smith High School in Chesapeake, and he is a driver of the 19-ton, 8-wheeled light armored vehicle. It seems military service was in Rust's blood.
My dad was in the military, my grandpa and my mom's dad. It's kind of like a family tradition to be in the military.
So far, so good for you?
So far, so good. Couldn't have been a happier choice.
One key to keeping the troops safe, fortifying their vehicles. At a shop called the Skunk Works, they attach half-inch thick plates of steel to Humvees and transport trucks in a vital process called up-armoring.
It is very important. It protects soldiers on the road. We had first-hand experiences where people, if these vehicles weren't armored, they would not be here today.
Army Specialist Charles Johnson knows what he's talking about. He took shrapnel to his face and hip in a convoy mortar attack, saved only by his vehicle's up-armoring.
I was scared the first time, and I was scared when I got hit, but I've been back on the road since, and everything's going all right.
So the war rages on, and America's sons and daughters do what they can to stay safe in Iraq. And here at the holidays, they do their best to not dwell on what they may be missing back home. Some take it all in stride.
I've only been home for Christmas. I've been in the Army 6 years. I've been home for Christmas once. The whole time that I've been in, 6 years, I've been overseas. So it's about usually just about the same way. And then it's gonna change.
This holiday season, our nation is at war. Thousands of men and women are on foreign soil, thousands of miles from home. Soldiers from Fort Eustis in Newport News and Fort Story in Virginia Beach are on the front lines, providing support as troops go house to house, door to door, looking for the enemy. And the battle has been costly for our local troops. Young lives have been cut short as the military engages in brutal urban combat. So this Christmas season, with so many families dealing with the harsh realities of war, I decided to spend time with 2 Army chaplains. Whether we are at war or at peace, chaplains are considered the most trusted people in the service. From the historic first landing site in Virginia Beach, these trusted men bring you the greatest story ever told, the Christmas story. We begin with the Virgin Mary, who breaks the news to her fiancé Joseph that she is with child.
Joseph probably took the typical attitude that most guys do. Are you sure? You sure? This can't be my kid, you know? How could you do this to me?
And his first intent was to divorce her, not to turn her over to the crowds. If he would have made a big public announcement that this woman, my engaged, my betrothed, was pregnant, Mary would have been stoned to death.
But Joseph had a change of heart after some divine intervention.
But God came to him in a dream and said, Mary has not known a man. This child she's bearing is from the Holy Spirit. The Spirit of God himself has brought into the world this baby, this Christ, this joy, this love that is to come upon all flesh. God has done this. This is God's hand.
Months later, Mary and Joseph made their way to Bethlehem, but because of their late arrival, all rooms had been taken. The only place available was a stable. That is where Christ was born.
And so he caused his son, who is to be the King of all kings, to be born in a stable. A symbolic gesture of humility, that God's way of blessing us is in humility and in peace and in simplicity.
Shepherds learned of the birth by way of an angel who told them to follow a star.
And so they go into Bethlehem, and they go into this stable area, and they just fall on their knees, looking at this little child and saying to themselves, this is the Messiah. This is the Son of God.
And Christ becomes the very image of God in human flesh. He becomes, for us, a person who walks alongside us. In the Greek language, we use the term paraclete, one who walks alongside. And Christ walked with us. He shared our sufferings, our pains, our temptations.
Chaplains have reminded our troops that Christ came to the earth to offer hope. And this holiday season, there is hope that hearts and minds will be won during the war.
Even when we win battles as military people, the main thing we want to do is to win the hearts and minds of the people so that we don't have to go to war with them anymore. And what Christ came to do was win the hearts. So what he did was he pierced the hearts so that he could infuse his love and his joy and his peace in their hearts, so that they would not be confined just to a piece of land, but they would have an outward vision, so that they would know that the whole world was what God was after.
As local military families face the uncertainties of war during the holiday season, troops have been told to keep the faith.
I strive to be a source of encouragement to them. And I say, look, place your well-being, place your life in the hands of the Lord. Just simply say, Lord, take care of me. Take care of me so I can return to my family.
Back in the 1920s, military personnel were not able to purchase automobile insurance because they were considered bad risks. So in 1922, 25 military officers decided to pool their resources and insure each other, and USAA was formed. For 80 years now, USAA has been proud to provide insurance and other financial products exclusively to the military community. And today, the men and women of our armed forces who were thought to be bad insurance risks nearly a century ago are the best insurance this country has when it comes to protecting the freedoms we all enjoy. Hello, I'm Bill Putnam, Vice President and General Manager of USAA's Mid-Atlantic office in Norfolk. Just like you, many of USAA's employees have spouses, siblings, and other family members who are currently deployed. We know what it means to serve and how hard it is to be away from loved ones during the holidays. We hope this program will make you feel a little closer to them. All of us at USAA are grateful to all the men and women who serve, and to their families here at home for all you give and sacrifice to our nation. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Larry Pope, President and Chief Operating Officer of Smithfield Foods. We are once again happy to be a presenting sponsor of Navy Christmas, a holiday tribute to our armed forces. We are very proud of the men and women serving in our armed forces around the world who protect and defend our freedom. Many are away from their homes and their families this holiday season so that we may celebrate in safety and in peace. We appreciate the sacrifices you and your families are making. Our thoughts and our prayers are with you now and throughout the year. We hope you enjoy this presentation of Navy Christmas And Smithfield Foods wishes you and your family a safe and happy holiday season.
When we think of all of the brave young men and women serving our country this holiday season, we don't want to forget about the Coast Guard. A very important part of the war on terror is securing the homeland, and that's where the Coasties come in. The crew of the Cochito is young and brimming with energy and enthusiasm to serve their country and meet head-on the challenges of a dangerous post-9/11 world. Today, the cutter is working in the waters off Hampton Roads, keeping a close eye out for anything that just doesn't add up. The crew will spot-check fishing boats. They will board the vessels to make sure all of the paperwork is up to date and the crew is who they say they are. The Coast Guard is an important line of defense if a terrorist were to try and enter the country. That's a responsibility Seaman Ernesto Moranje will take very seriously as he keeps watch this holiday season. Moranje just joined the Coast Guard.
I came out of boot camp with a lot more pride in my country than what I had before. I didn't really expect that. I didn't expect to go that way. It's actually I feel very proud.
Machinery technician Wes Crawford is proud to be a Coastie too. Crawford left Reading, Pennsylvania to join up 2 years ago when jobs were drying up at home. He feels he's an important part of a team keeping America safe.
Every other job I've ever had seemed like a dead-end job. I mean, you work there, you go in every day. You hate life when you come home. I mean, I love life when I go home here.
Home is the close quarters of the small 87-foot cutter. Flexibility is the key for the crew of 12. Laura Murphy is the cook and an EMT. A diesel engineer can also be a deckhand. Balancing a full plate of responsibilities is at the heart of what the Coast Guard does every day, from drug interdictions to law enforcement on the high seas. Search and rescue was once the bread and butter of the Coast Guard. Today, Homeland Security is right up there as well.
Good morning. Can we go to Channel 12, please? Channel 12.
The crew credits Master Chief Bill James with clearly focusing the mission on the Cochito. James gets his inspiration from the crew.
I feel the responsibility, but it's wonderful. It's what keeps me young. It's what keeps me in the Coast Guard. I could retire now, but I don't want to because of this job. I love it.
James says today the Coast Guard is seeing more people sign up and stay on longer. Seaman Moranje, less than a month into the service, talks about making it a career. And Food Services Specialist Second Class Murphy just re-upped for a job she loves. A job just out of college proved to her this is where she wants to be.
Everyone came into work at like 5 in the morning and they knew exactly what they were going to do, and like no one was thrilled to be there. So I was just like, if this is what I have to look forward to, I want to do something more exciting.
The Cochito's plans for the holidays will be determined by world events, but wherever they travel, not far from their minds will be those on the front lines of the war on terror, those thousands of miles from home and their families, those in harm's way for the holidays.
I don't feel quite right taking the name of veteran and serving the war on terror, because my mission has me home and has me in America, where I can enjoy all the things that are here. I'm not sacrificing as much as those folks are, and I admire them, and my heart's with them.
We are going to be walking over towards the Capitol tree, and then we are going to be hopefully we'll be able to see some of our ornaments already being placed on the tree.
For these Thurgood Marshall students, a school trip to our nation's capital is a memorable experience, especially during the holiday season. But it's one that Maia Edmonds can only tell her father about. That's because he's deployed to Korea.
He'll be back on my birthday on February.
At least that's what she and her mother hope.
Because he's missed so many, he's only been home for 2. He's been Bosnia, Iraq, and now Korea. So it's okay. I done got pretty used to it. It's just when she has certain events, it's kind of hard. But other than that, the holidays, we just see him when we can. We could just be grateful whenever he gets home. That's all.
And even though he won't be here for Christmas, Crystal and Maia are still planning to share the holiday experience with him.
Call Dad and say Merry Christmas.
We'll call or maybe talk. He'll call us and we'll talk for maybe like an hour. And he'll listen in while she's opening gifts.
And while that may not seem like much to some, to Crystal, it means the world.
That's good, better than anything, not having them call at all. And I kind of feel bad for some of the women that's husbands aren't coming back at all. That kind of makes me sad because we did worry whether he was going to come back from Iraq or not, and he made it home, so it was okay. Oh, I'm about to cry.
Kiana and Ayanna Holloway know what Maia is going through. Last Christmas, they thought their mother was going to be deployed to Iraq until their grandmother surprised them.
I didn't find out until our grandma took us to the airport.
We got in the car to go somewhere. They had no idea that we were going to the airport to pick up their mom. And when they saw her walking down the little runway, they was like, "Who we here to pick up?" I was like, "You'll see." And it was their mother, and they were very excited. Everybody cried.
It was Leela Lott's job to take care of her granddaughters while her daughter, who's a National Guard reservist, was deployed last year.
It's hard. We weren't really like military, you know, but you get to get a good experience firsthand very quickly. When things started happening, it happened very fast. I think within a week she was gone after she found out that her unit had got activated.
And as hard as it was on Grandma, it was even more difficult for the girls.
It was hard because I miss my mama a lot, and I don't like missing my mama.
But they made sure they let Mom know about events like this and everything else going on in their lives.
We make her cards and we call her.
And this Christmas, they have a lot more to celebrate. Not only is Mom back home, but they also have a new baby brother. That's why Mom couldn't make this trip. But they'll be sure to tell her all about visiting the Capitol and seeing the Christmas tree they helped decorate by making special ornaments.
They could not sleep last night. We were trying to get them to go to bed. They were really excited about this trip coming here to see the tree. Something I think that they'll never forget, really.
Including their visit with Senator John Warner, who not only had kind words for them, but he also had nothing but praise for our men and women in service.
I was at tail end of World War II as a 17-year-old, and they call us the greatest generation. Well, I'm saying to my guys, move over. This generation's the greatest that ever served in uniform, because they face such extraordinary uncertainties in a complicated world.
A complicated world that takes on a different perspective when you see it through the eyes of a child.
Imagine a child set free in this Fort Eustis gym. He or she would be thrilled. There are piles of toys, all donated by soldiers from Fort Eustis and Fort Story. It's their contribution to the Marine Corps' Toys for Tots program. And it's all done in the spirit of making this a happy holiday for local children who might not have gifts otherwise.
Myself, I've experienced being a young soldier back in the 80s, having toys being given to me for my kids when I was an E1, E2, E3. So it improves the Christmas spirit, especially to those that need help.
With so many service members deployed to military hotspots, having a chance to be one of Santa's helpers is a good thing. But for this task, Santa's giant elves in camouflage could have used a calculator. When all the toys were counted, the Army Toy Drive added about 3,000 presents to the holiday stash for Toys for Tots.
You know, the community gives to us, supports us in all our efforts. Now we want to show them the thanks on that by helping them with the Toys for Tots, making sure kids have a good Christmas.
And by the looks of things, mission accomplished. The soldiers donated everything from baby toys to bikes.
We see needy children not only here but in other parts of the world, so it's easy to give when it comes to kids.
Of course, some of them understandably may be a little partial to toys with a military theme.
It's a lot of effort put into it, and I loved it. You know, my spirit right now is just, I'm so joyful.
For those who've seen the happiness Toys for Tots has brought to some parents, joy describes just part of the gratitude they've expressed in the past.
I had several parents come up to me, overwhelmed with joy, crying, and it brought tears to the eyes of the Marines because there was so much emotion, so much appreciation that was being expressed to us, and it was overwhelming, but that's what it's all about.
All right, just pull it off now. I got the cart. Can you set this down?
It's making it happen, military style.
All comes together right at the last moment, right at the right time.
8,000 miles from home, the USS Harry S. Truman is providing what the Navy likes to call presence with a purpose, standing watch in the Persian Gulf, launching airstrikes over Iraq in support of U.S. and coalition forces on the ground.
This is my father. He was the youngest. Now, he was not an officer.
Snapshots of his seafaring relatives are the only family that Captain Leo Filardo has right now on the Truman. He's the chief engineer, and it's his job to keep the 96,000-ton aircraft carrier moving. He doesn't have much time to reminisce, as befits a man with 3 decades plus time in a Navy career that's winding down. He knows there's still work to do, Christmas or no Christmas.
When the call comes and it's at the holiday season, I've missed many, you kind of have to balance those emotions. Of course I miss my family. I will tell you, it doesn't get any easier. Here we go.
So back in Norfolk, we decided to visit Filardo's Larchmont home and show the tape of his interview to his wife, Kathy, and his daughters, Nicole and Danielle.
Of course I miss my family. I will tell you, it doesn't get any easier.
Just the sight and sound of Leo brightened their day briefly until they remembered it was just an image on TV.
It's hard. I mean, it's hard to be happy. I mean, you try your best, but it's still depressing. You know, you just have to make the best of it. And, you know, he's doing what he loves. This Christmas is a little different because we know it's the last one that, you know, he's going to be gone. So it's still hard, but on the other hand, it's like, you know, it's been years and years that he hasn't been here. So we know that next year he'll be here.
And though Kathy considered briefly not bothering with decorating for Christmas with Leo away again this year, she eventually relented.
We know that this is his last one. It will be the last Christmas that I spend without him. Of course, it's gonna be sad, but you just kind of go on because you can't stop living because your husband or the main character in your life right then is gone.
So, like thousands of other Hampton Roads military spouses, this and every other Christmas, Kathy and the girls will simply carry on and hope for that very special Christmas phone call.
But it's hearing their voice and stuff, even if you talk about, you know, the shutter fell off the house or the sink's leaking or whatever, you just like hearing the voice.
Let's not forget Langley Air Force personnel away from home this holiday season. This is the beginning of the end for the famed F-15 Eagle. The F-22 Raptor is the wave of the future. Here now, enjoy some holiday music from the United States Air Force Heritage of America Band.
from USS Monterey. Happy holidays, Hampton Roads.
I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Anniversary and Happy Birthday to my wife Erica and my kids Brandon, Elena, and Brianna at home. I'll be home as soon as I can. Please take care of each other and be good kids. I love you all. Mwah. Big kisses for all.
Becky, I love you and I will miss you for Christmas.
Donna, Carson, Nicole, miss you. Be back soon. This is the last one. Love you.
I'd like to say Merry Christmas to all the folks back at home from the USS Monterey. We'll be back home soon. Merry Christmas.
Sailors off the USS Monterey had a lot of loved ones to say Merry Christmas to, like YN2 Ricky here.
I'm leaving behind my wife and Terry and my 4 children, Shakina, Africa, Dominique, and Dietrich.
That hard?
Yes, it is. But they're strong. I'm strong. We support each other. So.
His 4 children are homeschooled, and that means a lot of work for wife Terry.
Love it.
Really?
Love it. They love it. It gives us a time to not only bond as a family unit, but it teaches them to be closer to each other. So I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Terry and Ricky have been through some hard times. Life improved when Ricky joined the Navy.
We went through a lot of hard times, but I'm glad to say that things like that make you stronger. It makes you stronger, and it makes you more focused and more grounded.
That's going to be very difficult. This is my second deployment. It's never easy, but this is what we do in the Navy.
Terry emails Ricky as often as possible to let him know what's going on at home. The family wanted to say Merry Christmas.
We just want to tell you we love you. As you can see, everyone's safe and healthy. The only thing we're missing is you. So you need to hurry up and come home and bring all the other sailors along with you.
Merry Christmas, Dad, and I wish you was here.
Dad, we love you and Merry Christmas.
Dad, Merry Christmas, and I wish you were here, but since you're not, I'm saying this now. I can't wait till you come home.
How you doing, Dad? This is Dominique, your oldest son. I know you won't be able to be here for my 19th birthday, but I just want you to know that I know it's okay and I love you, and whenever you can, give me a call, or whenever you get some free time, I'll be right here, and I love you.
Yes, I would like to say to my wife Terry and my children Africa, Shakina, Dietrich, and Dominique, happy holidays, and we'll be home soon. Take care.
For 19 years, we've tried to make sure these Navy Christmas shows are seen overseas. Many of our Hampton Roads military have told us they love seeing the local holiday scenes like this annual Grand Illumination Parade in Norfolk.
Well, I'd like to pass all my well wishes to them. I want them home safely. We actually have two girls on our street that are over in Iraq. Both young ladies. One's in the Army and one's in the Air Force, actually. So, Tammy and Mary.
And your message would be?
Just to have a wonderful holiday as best you can and get home safe as soon as you can.
Thousands gather in downtown Norfolk, and it's a wonderful place to find folks passing along holiday greetings to our troops.
Well, I'm so proud of them. They're so young, and it's hard on them to leave their families and go over there and face all that fighting and, the way the world really is. And I just pray for them all and hope they get home safe soon. This war is over soon. I know it's a worthwhile war. We're doing the right thing. We're trying to give these people peace too. And, it's just unfortunate that we have to be at war at all, but we are, and I think we'll win. We'll get there.
Mayor Frame was part of the holiday festivities. The spirit of the season was alive and well.
Come home safely. Thank you very much for the job that you're doing, and keep up the good work, and hopefully be home soon to spend time with your families.
I'd like to say to the troops, God bless you. We appreciate and applaud your sacrifice you're doing for our country, and we just wish that you will be safe and continue to just stand for what you believe in. Thank you.
As the floats passed and the crowds cheered, we even came across a dad missing his military wife.
My wife is stationed at Camp Airfan. She's part of Expeditionary Medical out of here at Portsmouth Naval. And my message to her is we love you, and we'll see you soon.
She's in Kuwait.
Yeah, she's currently serving there.
How are you going to get through this holiday season?
It's going to be rough, my friend. Going to be rough. Lots of love.
Hang in there.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Christmas 2004 is upon us, and again, a lot of loved ones are being missed.
God bless them. They need to come home, and I hope they be home soon. And I hope them a Merry, Merry Christmas. Stop the war. Come home, fellas. Bring them home.
Just to wish them well and hope that they'll be home soon and stay safe. And thank you so much for keeping everything safe for us at home.
I would say Merry Christmas and thank you for all that you do, and especially to Mark, which is Shannon's boyfriend, a friend of mine back at school. So Merry Christmas and God bless you. And you're in our prayers.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
A lot of the parade watchers wanted a chance to pass along those holiday greetings to their loved ones overseas.
We love you, David. We miss you, and we wish you a Merry Christmas when it comes around. And we'll see you when you come back.
Merry Christmas!
And among the biggest fans on the Saturday night were the thousands of children along the way. Why are they here, you ask?
Because I want to see the parade.
And what about Santa Claus?
Yeah.
And none of them were disappointed when the big man in the red suit finally came along. Santa Claus was here. But even little Tiara had a military message.
Hurry home and be quick.
All of us at WVEC TV are proud to be a part of this annual Navy Christmas program, now 19 years and going strong. To all our Hampton Roads military families, we thank you for your sacrifice, and we wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. I'm Joe Flanagan.
Season's greetings from the men and women of Northrop Grumman Newport News.
Thank you for watching the 19th Annual Navy Christmas. Taco Bell is proud to again be a sponsor. We really hope that this year's show was able to shorten the distance from the military far away and their loved ones here in Hampton Roads.
Taco Bell would like to take this opportunity to thank all those in the Navy, Air Force, Marines, Army, and Coast Guard. We'd also like to thank their families. We know how important their support is and how hard it is to have a loved one far away.
This year, when you are out and meet a member of the military, thank them. Thank them for their service, thank them for preserving our freedoms, and thank them for their courage.
Without the military, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we hold so dear. Taco Bell just wants to say thank you to all the military and their families. Thank you for all that you do.
We appreciate you and we salute you. From our family to yours,
Happy Holidays from Taco Bell!
MHI is a community leader that invests in people and supports the community that our sailors depend upon while they're away and while they're home.
I hope you've enjoyed the show. During this holiday season, please take time to remember all those who are making sacrifices for our country.
I'm Philip Dabrowski. This is my daughter, Laura. I want to wish my son, Philip Matthew Dabrowski, stationed in Okinawa, Japan, a Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays.
Kenneth Clifton and Teresa Jones, we would like to wish our son, Antonio Clifton, stationed at Iraq, a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Hi, I'm Steve Cogan with my daughter Aubrey, wishing Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas to my son Stephen with the Corps of Engineers somewhere in the north of Iraq, and my daughter-in-law Gina and grandson Caleb in Würzburg, Germany. And wherever you are, Stephen, I hope you have your Red Sox hat on.
Duran Davis, serving in Kuwait.
From the Davis family in Portsmouth, Virginia.
Aran,
Dominique,
and Andrea. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We love you and God bless you.
Hi, my name's Tim Orsolak. I just want to wish my brother over in Iraq a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. His name's Kevin Orsolak, and we want you home safe and soon, and we'll see you soon. Love you.
We have been blessed to live in such a great country, filled with caring, dedicated people from all walks of life. From our men and women of the administration, production, quality assurance, safety, security, and support departments, the entire MHI family would like to wish you all a very blessed and happy holiday. May God bless you all. Merry Christmas and happy holidays!
As this special holiday tribute comes to an end, the Dodge dealers of Hampton Roads again salutes all our armed forces for their commitment and sacrifices made serving our country. We also thank their families and loved ones for the support that they provide. On behalf of the Dodge dealers of Hampton Roads, happy holidays.
We hope you enjoyed the show, and on behalf of the management and all the employees of Smithfield Foods, happy holidays.
What a great program, and tribute to our military men and women and their families. Once again, I'm Bill Putnam, Vice President and General Manager of USAA's Mid-Atlantic office in Norfolk. We'd like to close by sending a few special wishes from members of our own USAA family to their family members serving overseas.
Hi, I'm Tracy Caudell, and I'm wishing my husband, Chief Petty Officer Vince Caudell, a happy holidays. Hurry home. We love and miss you.
Hi, I'm Wendy Rombowski. Christina, Jonathan, Dave, Michael, and I would like to send holiday greetings to my son, Petty Officer Second Class William Yoakum Jr., who's stationed in Iraq. Stay safe. We all love you. Merry Christmas, Will.
Hi, my name is Diane Hargard. I bring season's greetings to my two nephews and to my two cousins, Wayne and Linsky, William and Willie. I ask that God bless you and keep you, and that we will miss you during the holidays. So God bless, hurry home to us.
Hi, this is Octavia and Darrell Houston. We wish to say happy holidays to my brother, Master Sergeant Todd Davis, stationed in Qatar. Happy holidays.
Come home soon, come home safe.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and this is a picture of my husband, Philip. Philip is currently serving in Okinawa. Honey, we miss you, we love you, we hope you come home soon. Happy holidays.
We hope you've enjoyed this program and that it has helped you feel closer to your loved ones. To all our military members serving overseas and to their families here at home, from all of us at USAA, happy holidays.